Hello everyone, welcome to Vanchika's classes. Our today's topic is cell. Cell is the fundamental unit of all the living organisms. Cell is the basic fundamental unit. Every living organism is made up of cell. A group of cell forms the tissue, group of tissues form organ, and group of organ form the organism. So every living organism is a group of cells. So let's get started. So first of all, I will tell you about the discovery of cell. Cell was discovered in year 1665 by an English scientist, Robert Hooke. Do not get confused between this scientist named Robert Hooke and Robert Brown. Cell was discovered by Robert Hooke, not Robert Brown. Nucleus was discovered by Robert Brown. So he was observing a thin slice of cork. Cork is a bark tissue, a type of bark tissue. So during his observation, he discovered that the slice of cork was made up of tiny pores, which he named as cells. A group of cells, a group of similar cells is known as tissue, and further the group of tissue is called as organ. Keep this in mind that the tissue is made up of similar type of cells, but it is not compulsory that organ is also made up of similar type of tissues. So here are some examples of plant tissue and organ, and further animal tissue and organ. Example of plant tissues are phloem and xylem. Phloem and xylem conduct the transport of water and food throughout the plant. Example of plant organs are leaf, root, stem, etc. Animal tissues can be muscular tissue, nervous tissue, connective tissue, etc. And animal organs can be liver or kidney, etc. So this is the classification of cell. Cell are of two types, prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. Eukaryotic cell is further divided into plant cell and animal cell. There are many further classifications also, but we are not going in such detail. Example of prokaryotes are bacteria, cyanobacteria, which is also known as blue-green algae, and mycoplasma. Plant cell. All the plants or trees possess plant cells, and all the animals are made up of animal cells. We will study about characteristics of each one classification further. Here is the diagrammatic representation of a typical eukaryotic cell and prokaryotic cell. Exceptions are everywhere. So in a eukaryotic cell, there is a nucleus which is represented by red color, which controls the activities inside the cell. So it is also known as the control center of the cell. This blue colored organelle is called as endoplasmic reticulum, which is of two types, rough endoplasmic reticulum and smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Due to the presence of these black dots, which are known as ribosomes, this is called as rough endoplasmic reticulum, and because of the absence of ribosomes on endoplasmic reticulum, this part is called as smooth endoplasmic reticulum. These black dots are ribosomes. Due to their presence, the endoplasmic reticulum is classified in two types. This is rough endoplasmic reticulum, on which ribosomes are present, and this is smooth endoplasmic reticulum, on which the ribosomes are absent. This is the Golgi apparatus or Golgi body. These organelles are called as lysosomes, which are also known as suicidal bags. Because they digest the foreign bodies or any unnecessary product inside the cell, any unnecessary thing inside the cell. This red colored organelle is called as mitochondria or the powerhouse of the cell. It is known as the powerhouse of the cell because it forms the ATP, which is the energy currency. This outer layer is called as cell wall and the inner layer is called as cell membrane. These organelles are called as centriole. So this is all about eukaryotic cell. Coming to the prokaryotic cell, the outermost layer of prokaryotic cell is called as cell wall and inner layer is cell membrane. In eukaryotic cell, the nucleus was present, so the chromosomes were present inside the nucleus. These are the chromosomes. But inside the prokaryotic cell, nucleus is absent, so the chromosomes are not present inside the nucleus. They are freely floating inside the cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is the fluid which encloses the cell organelles. In eukaryotic cell also, this fluid is called as cytoplasm. These circular organelles are plasmid and these tiny dots are ribosomes. Here the flagella is also present, which was absent in eukaryotic cell. This is all about prokaryotic cell. Here are three very important terms. In exam, the difference between them can be asked and they confuse us a lot. After this class, you will not have any doubt regarding these three terms. So what is a protoplasm? As the name suggests, this plasma. Plasm means some fluid. So this is a colorless material comprising the living part of the cell, including cytoplasm and organelles. The cytoplasm, including the organelles, is called as protoplasm. And what is the cytoplasm? Cytoplasm is the thick solution which is present inside the cell, enclosed by the cell membrane. So what is the cytoplasm? Cytoplasm is the thick solution present inside the cell plus the cell membrane. This is the cytoplasm. Now comes the protoplast. The terms which have plasm in their end means that this is some fluid. And here there is no plasm, here is plast. So what is this? Protoplasm of a living cell whose cell wall is removed. Basically, this is the whole cell which have no cell wall. This is the whole cell of which the cell wall is removed. Okay. So I hope these three terms are clear to you now. This is the diagrammatic representation of a typical animal cell and plant cell. In plant cell, cell wall is present along with cell membrane. In animal cell, cell wall is absent. Nucleus is present. This is nucleolus. This is endoplasmic reticulum. This is the Golgi body. And chloroplast is present inside the plant cell. It is absent in animal cell. Chloroplast is the organelle which is required for the photosynthesis. As photosynthesis doesn't occur in animals, so it is absent in animal cell. In plants, there is photosynthesis, so this is present, chloroplast. These are ribosomes. In plant cell, the vacuole is air filled and it is very large. This is peroxisome and this is mitochondria. Coming to the animal cell, cell wall is absent in this. Centrioles are present, mitochondria. This is the microtubule. And the vacuole in the animal cell is not as big as it was in plant cell. This is the endoplasmic reticulum. This is lysosome, which is also known as suicidal bags. This is the nucleus. This is nucleolus. This is the nuclear membrane. This is also the nuclear membrane. And the fluid inside the cell is cytoplasm. This is also cytoplasm. This is the rough endoplasmic reticulum shown as RER. This is the smooth endoplasmic reticulum shown by SER. This vesicle is called as pinocytotic vesicle. So this is all about plant cell and animal cell. Now we will see the differences between them. These are some differences between prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. The size of prokaryotic cell is smaller than that of eukaryotic cell. The size of prokaryotic cell ranges from 0.1 to 0.5 micrometer and size of eukaryotic cell ranges from 5 to 100 micrometer. 1 micrometer is equals to 10 to the power minus 6 meter. In prokaryotic cell, nucleus is absent and in eukaryotic cell, nucleus is present. And chromosomes are present inside the nucleus, and here in prokaryotic cell, chromosomes floats inside the cytoplasm. In prokaryotic cell, only one chromosome is present, and in eukaryotic cell, multiple chromosomes are present. In prokaryotic cell, the organisms known as prokaryotes are unicellular and eukaryotes are multicellular. The lysosomes and peroxisomes are absent in prokaryotic cell and they are present in eukaryotic cell. Microtubules are also absent in prokaryotic cell, whereas they are present in eukaryotic cell. Cell wall is complex in prokaryotes and there is simple cell wall in eukaryotic cell. For example, the cell wall of plants is made up of cellulose and that of the fungi is made up of chitin. The prokaryotic cells can have pili, fimbriae or the flagella, and these three structures are absent in eukaryotic cell. So these were the differences between prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Next are the differences between animal cell and plant cell. Here are some differences between a plant cell and an animal cell. In plant cell, cell wall is present, which is made up of cellulose. In animal cell wall is absent. Plant cell is larger than animal cell. Animal cell are small. In plant cell, plastids are present. For example, leucoplastids, chloroplastids, etc. And animal cells do not have any plastid. But there is an exception. Euglena have plastids. Keep this in mind. The vacuoles in the plant cell are larger and they are permanent. In animal cell, vacuoles are smaller in size and they are temporary. In plant cells, centrioles and centrosomes are absent and they are present in animal cells. Before moving further, let's discuss functions of these cell organelles. First is cell wall. Cell wall protects the cell from any damage and it maintains the shape and size of the cell. It also prevents the cell from getting flaccid or from getting dried. Now comes the cell membrane, which is also known as plasma membrane. It protects the cell contents from outer environment. And it is semi-permeable, so it allows only selective material in and out of the cell. Next is nucleus. Nucleus regulates the cell cycle and is responsible for cell division, translation, which is protein synthesis, growth, etc. Nucleus is basically the control center of the cell. So, because it controls many activities inside the cell, or almost all the activities inside the cell. It controls the metabolic activities of cellular components, and it also controls genetic characteristics of the organisms as it stores the hereditary material in the form of DNA. Next is cytoplasm. It facilitates protein synthesis and other metabolic reactions. Golgi body. It modifies, sort and dispatch proteins in the form of vesicles for synthesis. It also facilitates lysosome formation and lipid transport around the cell. Next is mitochondria. It is responsible for formation of ATP. It is responsible for creating chemical energy called as ATP, adenosine triphosphate. Next is ribosome. Ribosome contains RNAs. So, due to the presence of RNA, they play a major role in protein synthesis, that is translation. Next is the endoplasmic reticulum represented by ER. It gives internal support to the cell and it also enables the synthesis of proteins and lipids. One most important function is that it detoxifies the drugs and toxins harmful for the cell. Next is the plastids, which are of three types: chloroplast, chromoplast and leucoplast. As the name suggests, chloro is related to photosynthesis. So its function is help in food formation. It helps in food formation. Next is chromoplast. Chromo suggests color. So it is understood that it helps in providing the color to the plant or its parts. The third one and the last one is leucoplast. Leucoplast stores the food formed in the photosynthesis. Next is the vacuole. Vacuole has no important function. It just maintains the rigidity of the cell and it also maintains the osmotic balance inside the cell. Next is the lysosome, that is the suicidal bags. Lysosomes digest any foreign particle or virus, or it also digests the worn out parts of the cell. The last but not the least is centrosome and the centriole. They both help in the cell division process, nothing else.